welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an absolutely amazing day today. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz, aka My Pastel Past, and I'm back with yet another video. And surprise, surprise, I'm doing another custom design. Who would have thought just a few weeks ago I would have never seen myself doing this many custom designs, yet here I am working on yet another one. I am currently in the process of getting my island ready to start building. So with that, I've decided to challenge myself just slightly and to make a few of the custom designs myself. These are by no means the greatest, but I think that for someone that's never really done custom designs before, that they're decent. You know what? They're all right. I'll give myself that. I did leave in changes that I made, so I adjusted the things like colors a lot. I did end up having to close the game because I made a mistake and I wanted to erase it without having to paint over everything. So I made sure to leave some details like that in, that way if you want to learn from my mistakes, you can. I always find it easier when I'm able to see like what people do and the mistakes they make, so I don't do that. With this design, it's going to be two planks of wood that will go right next to each other to make one really long plank. The kind of idea for this is that it'll lead up to one of my main paths when I have different buildings, or with my airport leading into the main path for my island. So I'll be using this as like a little bit of a buffer zone, and I'll probably use it on the beaches. I'm not sure if I'll adjust this path at all so that I have just like a few wooden planks on one custom design slot instead of just two. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of figuring around with color. For my island, I am doing kind of like a beachy resort vibe. So I'm going to be using a lot of whites, grays, blues, yellows, and greens. So for my paths, I already made like a beach stone tile path kind of. I put that in last week's video. I'll be sure to link that one down below if you do want to see that. It is a super long video. I think it was 25 minutes, so I didn't do a voiceover for it. I just played some music and relaxed, I guess. But with this one, it's a lot shorter, it's a lot faster, so I'm doing a voiceover for it. I'll probably end up speeding videos up in the future, especially if I do any more custom designs. Instead of having them be 25-minute videos, I'll probably speed it up more. That way I can do a voiceover. Unless you guys really enjoy having voiceovers, please let me know. I can always keep them in and find a way for them to work. But overall, I'm just going to be messing around with stuff. Speaking of changes and messing around with stuff, I'll probably be changing my content schedule and my posting schedule. I typically post Friday, Wednesday, and Sundays. I'm probably going to be adjusting some of those days. Sundays so far have been working really well for me, but I noticed on my Friday and Wednesday postings, they're a bit slower. They don't have the same amount of reach as my Sunday ones do, so I'm probably going to adjust those days and times just to see what works and what doesn't work. So just keep that in mind for the future, as I'll probably be messing around with that a lot. But so far I have the left side kind of done. This is me testing it out on the ground just to make sure it looks good. And now I'm probably going to add some details in. I believe I'm going to be removing like top sections of it. Oh, or not yet. I'm just going to transfer it over. I'll do that later then, I guess. Later on, I'll kind of carve into the sides of it. Just to kind of make it look less structured. I don't know why. I just feel like wood planks aren't always like these blocks the way I have it now. So I just tried to add a little bit of dimension with them. But I'm really excited for this island. I haven't done a tropical island, I think, since the first year this game came out, long before I was doing content creation. I don't think I was ever doing any sort of tropical island while I did content. But with this, I have a lot of fun ideas. I think I'm going to try something new and actually decorate the beaches. The way my island's set up right now is I currently have Nook's Cranny on the beach, and I placed it there because typically I try to place as many items on the beach as I can that I can leave room for terraforming. But I had the idea of what if I turn Nook's Cranny into a surf shop? So I'm probably going to try doing something like that or something really similar for a speed build. And I might try to keep other items on the beaches, like the Able Sisters, or even keeping Blathers. I haven't upgraded the museum yet, and I don't know if I will. I might keep it in the tent for this video, so, or not for this video, for this island, so I'm kind of curious to see how things go. Right now I'm just kind of messing around with these planks. I really like how they turned out, but I wanted to add a little bit of greenery and flowers as an option for it. I was messing around on how to do some petals, and I just couldn't figure out how to get it to work. Nothing I did I really liked, so I kept having to reset and mess around with it a few times. I do get to a point where I've done so much designing or overlapping on these tiles that I end up just closing the game and hoping that the game didn't register the changes or the adjustments just so I can fix everything. It was a really, let's hope the game didn't do it, otherwise I'll have a lot more work cut out for me. Thankfully, the game didn't register that I had made changes to the designs yet, so I was able to get away with it, but I might not be as lucky next time. I tried to make it look like vines grew on these ones. I don't think it really worked out that well. I also tried adding flowers, but everything I didn't really like. Even the end result, I ended up making 4 different codes, 2 of which are just the regular planks for the right and left side, and then the other one being the right and left side of the white planks, but this time it had flowers on it. I figured it's better to leave some options than to just have everything be floral or nothing, especially because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it yet. In the end, I really like how the planks look on their own. I do really want to get better at making flowers, so if you have any tips or tricks for how you make your flowers, please let me know, because I am struggling. Or if you know how to make like leaves, I tried doing that little 3 squares that kind of look like a bowl. They end up looking like the birds I used to draw as a kid, so I'm not sure how well they end up looking like leaves. And then I tried to balance it by using other shades of green, so I'm really not sure. I used really light colors, so it's very faint when you actually see them on the grass, which is what I was kind of going for. I wanted very light, bright colors, but I don't know. It was at this point where I started to realize that I've made a mistake, and I just closed down my game, restarted, and I had my fresh planks back. I did have to adjust the sides of them again, but that's so much of an easier fix than having to like recolor everything and fix all my past mistakes. I did originally also have holes in my planks. I ended up taking them away just because I want to specifically use these for my entrance, and I don't feel like they look pretty with the holes on them. They look more washed out and pirate-like when they have these little holes or gaps in them, so I'm filling them in right now. I might copy them and make a 3rd version of this path with holes in the future. That way I can use them on my beaches as well, because I think the holes or the gaps would fit a lot better in more rustic areas or beach-like areas, almost like driftwood, I guess. So now I've made my copy, and I'm starting once again to make these little leaves and flowers on it. I'm really just messing around and trying to place green paint color wherever I can, and shapes that I think might look like a leaf. So that is basically all I'm really aiming to do at this point. I want it as close to leaf-like as possible. Again, I have no idea if I made it even remotely close. And then I messed around with colors again. I decided to go for a little bit of a darker blue instead of that really bright blue I was using before. I think it looks a lot better. I messed around with different shapes to try to make flowers. they sort of look like flowers to me, but they also just really look like blobs of color. So I have no clue, in all honesty. Please tell me how you guys make pretty flowers, because I would love to learn. I also just added a few dots of color here and there to make it look like these little tiny little flowers poking up. I don't know if I succeeded in doing that at all, but I mean, a girl can hope. I think it looks somewhat good. For my first attempt ever doing anything floral like that, I think it's alright. My biggest issue though was because I already had both planks done, I didn't want to just copy and paste them again, because that meant that I would have to rework how the planks the other end of the planks again and do more erasing and recoloring of the plank itself. So I decided instead, I just took photos of all the different colors on the original plank. That way I could see where I had my dials at approximately, and then I just kind of readjusted them on the second copy on the right hand side. I don't think I got the colors exactly, but I got them as close as I possibly could. I definitely put a lot more flowers on the right hand side than the left. I didn't want it to be exactly the same in terms of like how densely populated the flowers and the leaves were. So I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision or whatnot. So please let me know, because I definitely have a lot more flowers over on this right side of the plank than I do on the left. Overall, it's coming together sort of nicely. I'm overall kind of happy with it. I tried adding some green to the sides of flowers to act like leaves. I don't know if that'll actually do anything or if it'll just look like another blob of paint overall, but this is the end design of it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!